Hi, and welcome to another episode of the Get At It Gaming Podcast, episode 40. Man, we're getting up there from season two. I am one of your hosts, Ben. With me, as always, is Alex. Alex, how you doing?
So you know how when I'm doing fine. You know how when you just zone out, really zone out, and I was listening to you do the thing, and you're like, "My name is Ben." I was like, "That's not right. You're supposed to say Alex." I was like, "Oh wait, no, that's when I host it."
Uh,
It's one of
it,
those
it,
days, man.
it's been a day, but I'm glad you're doing good. I will tell you, this is a jammed packed show.
It is.
We've got all kinds of things we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about DC fandom, Metroid Dread sales, a bunch of movie trailers. We're going to talk about the Sora announcement, and we got a topic and some other key things. But before we get into that, Alex, what have you been playing, or do you have a hidden trophy?
I do not have any hidden trophies, unfortunately. As far as what I've been playing, I guess it kind of leads into the first news story. I'm trying to think if I have anything else that I've been playing. Oh, I guess I don't remember if I did this last week or not. I don't know my streaming schedule anymore. I don't know if I talked about this last time, but I guess we didn't really have a what we've been
No,
playing
we did
last
that.
week. It was a draft. Yeah, check out that draft from
Yes,
last week. But Kingdom Hearts stuff, cool stuff. The voting for that should be hopefully up soon. By the time you're listening for us, hopefully then. If not, sometime this week.
yeah, eventually, right?
Yeah, eventually, right? That's how we run here.
That's how we
But
roll.
let's see. So this week, what I have been playing, man. See, I had something, and I was like, no, I guess. Man, have I really not been playing anything except Metroid? I'm trying to think. No, there has to be. Okay, that's what I was gonna go back to. See, tangents. It's a crazy night. Eight crazy nights. Adam Sandler.
It is.
Um, almost that time. But so I've been streaming when I do stream. I've become a reluctant. I don't stream as often as I used to. I think it's just because of just life, work, all this other stuff that and we're doing extra things. Ben and I are working on some stuff for podcast things and such. So I just don't have as many free days as I used to. But what I did last time, I did play some Kingdom Hearts again. The first one, like my 0 EXP run, and it was kind of a short stream last week. But what did I do? I think I just beat Agrabah, and that was it. We started at the Cave of Wonders, did that, and then fought Jafar, and then fought Iago holding the lamp for Jafar, and then that was it. I will say that this game, playing on 0 EXP, was annoying and really hard to play until fairly recently. After you beat that chameleon boss that took me forever in the deep jungle with Tarzan, um, it's been a little bit smooth sailing, honestly. Um, for the most part, because you have the same keyblade the whole time until you beat Deep Jungle. So I had the same basic strength 1 whatever keyblade. So I have the Deep Jungle one, and then now I have 3 wishes, which is the Aladdin one, which is even more strength and magic. So because I can't level up, because I don't have any skills really, I really need to focus on these keyblades, and that's why I think it's just a little easier now.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's pretty much all I've been playing besides Metroid, which is really good.
Yes, I I have not picked it up. um, I was going to, and I didn't, which sucks. So, and I just haven't had time to go pick it up, but I am planning to pick it up and I want to play it. But I almost want to play it on my TV and not on my Switch Lite.
It is an awesome game handheld, and it is a very awesome game on the TV as well. I've actually done both with that game.
Gotcha. Yeah, yeah. I mean, is that all you've been playing? I remember seeing that stream of those, so it was pretty cool.
Yeah, I think those are really all I've been playing. I have not been streaming Metroid because I kind of just wanted to play it on my own at my own leisure.
Yeah.
And I think I'm about like 5 hours in or so, and so I've been going back and forth. Like the way that the games works, it's very original Metroid. It feels like where you're exploring a lot, you don't really know where to go. Like the first, uh, I don't know, like the first hour or so, like is very linear. But then like after that, then you're going back and forth using teleports to go to other places that you already been to, and then figure out what you're doing there. Um, but like you don't get the morph ball until like 3 hours in. It feels.
Really?
Yeah, like that's not like the first thing you get. And then like there's a lot of Metroid Fusion stuff in it too. There's a lot of lore. There's even cutscenes. So like it's definitely different, but it is still Metroid to the core. I think it's something that people really we really needed as Metroid fans, I guess. I'm not really a Metroid fan though. Like I played a lot of them, but like I really like Fusion and I like Zero Mission, so the two Game Boy Advance games. Uh, but otherwise, yeah, I'm not really big into Super Metroid a whole lot. Sprite's too big. Um, like that's just my biggest gripe with that. But otherwise, yeah, this game feels right, and it feels very Fusion-esque. So if you like Fusion, you'll like this a lot. If you honestly, if you like Metroid in general, any sort of Metroidvania, I think you'll enjoy this.
I have been playing another new game. New game. I've been playing the new Far Cry, which um, 5 was my favorite. I mean, I know people didn't really like it, but I loved the story and the gameplay element. Um, I am about 3 hours in. So I have Guapo.
Mm-hmm.
I have the alligator, which is the funniest thing because you tell him what to do. But here's what's funny about it is like you people don't see this like 6 foot alligator coming at him,
Hmm.
and then then you can go in and do stuff. I will say that the upgrading system is much better in this game than in any of the others.
Cool.
So far, I was killed by a shark and a jellyfish.
All right.
Uh, I was swimming and I'm like, I can kill this shark right now, right? No, no, you can't. No, you can't underwater. But the cool thing is as I was fighting it, Guapo was in the water and
Mm-hmm.
he went after it too. So
Huh.
that was awesome.
All right.
Uh, I didn't kill it. It ran off and then so did Guapo. So, but yeah, I feel like out of all the games, that looks the best. It's got the best story. I'm really early into the game,
Mm-hmm.
but it feels like Far Cry.
Cool. I mean,
I
and
mean,
honestly, that's all you could really ask for at this point with 6 games plus spin-offs. Like as long as it feels like Far Cry, it's kind of like with Assassin's Creed. Like as long as it feels like Assassin's Creed, you should hopefully have some sort of a good time.
yeah, exactly. And I will tell you that this bad guy head person is probably the scariest out of them all.
Okay.
And he's just, I mean, you can always tell that the other guys were ruthless,
Yeah.
but he's so much worse. And the actor that plays him is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Um, and I feel bad because every time I see that guy, he's playing a bad guy.
Yeah, he really
Breaking
is.
Bad,
Yep.
but he's so good at it. So
Yeah.
I'll have to let you guys know where I'm at on that. But let's jump right in real quickly. We know DC fandom's coming, and Alex and I talked about it because we have a really packed show.
Yeah.
I mean, really, to be honest, Alex, we were talking. Next week's episode will be more DC fandom because we don't really know everything yet.
Yeah, exactly. Like we've talked about before, like what's gonna be there potentially, like what to expect, what they're talking about. Like the new like Peacemaker spin-off show. I know there's supposed to be like a Green Lantern show. It's supposed to come out on there. Arkham, the new Arkham game, and then Kill the Justice League, the Suicide Squad game. Like before we started recording, I think like a few hours ago, the Twitter for Kill the Suicide Squad like just posted a phone number. Like they tweeted a phone number, and you could call it or like text it or whatever, and it's crazy. Like I don't.
Yeah, it's supposed to be Amanda Waller's, and you can like prank
Okay.
call her
Okay.
or or whatnot. Everything that I've seen of Amanda Waller, no thanks.
Yeah.
When Batman's scared of somebody, that's the one right there.
Yeah. Quick side
Um,
tangent though. I don't know her name, but like the actress who actually plays Amanda Waller in like the Suicide Squad movies, she's very good as Amanda. Like that's who I picture,
oh
like
yeah,
that type of person. So kudos to you, nameless person who's probably really famous, but I don't know your name, so I'm sorry.
she's like an Academy Award winning actress too. Like
Probably.
Viola Davis, that's her
Okay.
name.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
mean, she was in The Help, and she's been in lots of like different projects. But yeah, I'm excited to see those games, especially like give us dates.
Yeah.
And next week we will do a lot more on it. I feel like once we know more information,
Yeah,
you know,
definitely. So that will be starting at 1 p.m. Eastern time. I think I don't know if you have to use the website. You
it's
can
on
also
right
view
now.
it on YouTube and
Right
Twitch.
now,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. I was gonna say right now they have a thing saying coming up on the 16th. Fandom. Um,
Okay,
it's
cool.
it's up there and ready to go, and they've already
Awesome.
kind of released a couple little things like the new Aquaman cartoon, which is weird.
Yeah,
Um,
I did see that. It kind of looks like what does that look like? The Thundercats cartoon. It kind of looks like that one, like the most
yes,
recent one, the one that was very like okay KO Adventure Time type style. Um, so I'm interested. I'm obviously I'll try it, but yeah. So last year I remember DC fandom was only through the website, and it was really annoying to watch because we had to like bring out a computer or something in order to watch it like in our living room.
yep,
But yeah, no, this year if it's on YouTube and Twitch, that's awesome. So now we can
yeah,
actually
and I
watch it and
think
not have problems.
I'm just really hoping they finally show a Shazam trailer. I
Yeah,
mean, they've
that
got
Black
to show,
Adam. Yeah,
or, yeah,
I guess
Shazam.
both
They got it.
honestly.
Yeah, they need to show. And maybe Shazam's too early, but Black Adam should be close to being done.
Yeah.
So really hoping to see that. As we were talking before about what we've been playing, so Metroid Dread, holy shnikes! Their sales right now and their reviews have been fantastic. Which are you really surprised?
Yes,
I mean,
actually. Like
really?
Metroid is not a system seller game. It's not a popular game. Like people talk about it as like um oh man, there's the tent poles, there's Mario, there's Zelda, there's Kirby, I guess. I don't know. Um but like Metroid is not one of those. It's never has been. Like Metroid
Right.
definitely can review well, but Metroid isn't popular. Um Hopefully now it might be. So like I watched some sort of retrospective or something. I forget what I watched. Where they're talking about like 2D games and 3D games and stuff like that. Actually, no, I think it was a Scott DeWaz episode actually, like 40 minutes ago. But or whatever, whenever before we
That
started
sounds about
recording.
what you would talk about.
Yeah, it was an old episode too. Like by old I mean like a couple months ago. But I'm far behind. But yeah, he was talking about like um 2D games and just the way Nintendo does stuff, and like um I it's interesting to see that like a game like Metroid Dread doing well on the Switch because like well for one it's a 2D platformer type thing, and for the longest time like those weren't really like popular, those weren't like system sellers. But like also the thing as well is that Metroid Dread is it can be very story heavy, and we
Yeah.
don't really have any official ways of playing. I guess you still technically do. Nintendo expects you to still own a Wii U, but you can play because you need to play at least Metroid Zero Mission. You need to play Metroid Samus Returns, which is the remake. Okay, Zero Mission is the remake of the original. You play Samus Returns, which is the remake of Metroid 2 for the Game Boy. You need to play Super Metroid, and then you need to play Metroid Fusion. So that makes this Metroid 5, technically. And like, yeah, like everything is building up upon itself. So like
Right.
Samus has like the fusion suit in this game. You see the X parasites, you see all this other stuff. So like there is definitely a barrier there, like and but people are still buying it and still enjoying it. Now I have heard people complain about the difficulty and stuff because there are no difficulty changes, or like there's no easy mode, there's no accessibility modes, which is always not great, especially in this day and age. But
Yeah.
like I personally I enjoy it, but yeah, I did explain to someone a while ago, like who is a fan of, I guess, the original Metroid. Um, like I was like, I don't know if you can play this game because it does get really hard. Like
Yeah.
you might just be too frustrated with it.
I mean, I'll admit, like, um, I've been looking at a lot of the reviews, and the reviews have been good. But I feel like people are looking for something on the Switch to play, like something that is nostalgic of Nintendo, which Metroid definitely is.
Yeah,
Which funny story, Alex. I collect NES. I do not own a copy of Metroid
neither of the
whatsoever.
versions, not like the yellow copy or anything. Wow.
The yellow copy is actually more expensive,
I
but
used
I
to
own it.
see that all the time too. Huh.
I'm hoping to pick it up, but I think why this is doing so well is there really hasn't been a big title. Pokemon Snap was the last thing, really. But I feel like
Monster Hunter.
that, yeah, I mean, I don't know how well it's sold. I can tell you that this thing has sold ridiculous numbers, and the reviews they're getting are awesome. Like the Metacritic was 89. Um,
Yeah, I can tell you that I sold my Monster Hunter to buy this game because I
yeah,
only
I
played the
mean,
tutorial still, so I gave up.
yeah, and I feel like this is what we're looking at here, and I think people now with those other games that you mentioned, all they have to do is release a for online a Game Boy, and it could be Game
Mm-hmm.
Boy Advance, it could be all these different things. It doesn't have to be just Game Boy games or Game Boy Color. And here's the thing: is they know they could do it, and so I'm thinking that with everything that's happening, when they do their thing in October, which is supposed to be here pretty soon. I want to say their
Yeah,
announcement. I know this week is Animal Crossing. I know that.
yeah. So I guess quick tangent with that. They did announce, so the October thing. I don't know when exactly it's happening. Hopefully soon, but they did announce the price of those controllers. They're $50.
Which, I mean,
That's fair.
it's fine.
Yeah.
I think the nostalgic Nintendo people that are really into the either the Sega Genesis or the N64 will buy these. I don't know why they didn't do the 6-button Sega Genesis controller,
Yeah,
but
it's ridiculous.
half those games you need a 6-button to do it.
Yeah.
So, uh, yeah. Well, with these sales like this here on Metroid, that sends it out to Nintendo of like, hey, we have something on our hands, so maybe we should do the other Metroid games that we've been talking about and
Yeah.
get them out.
Maybe someday, Prime 4 will pop up because I mean, we did see Bayonetta 3, and those two were announced at the same time. So,
Yeah, I remember when they showed that trailer. That's when I was like, yeah, I'm not a Bayonetta fan. But then I'm like, God, I swear I saw that years ago.
you saw a
And
little bit of it. Yeah, it was in
yeah,
what was it? The Game Awards. It was like one of the I don't even think it was it the first Game Awards? I don't think so.
I don't think so. I don't think so. I
Shikaiser
mean,
Man, was he there?
we'll find out. We got another Game Awards. They've already announced it, so
It's true.
they'll probably go. Oh, look, we have a date now. But you know, But this sends a clear message to Nintendo that this kind of thing sells, and you know. I know Greg Miller has always said, "Pay with your wallet, vote with your wallet."
Yep.
That definitely voted with everyone's wallet there.
Yeah,
So
I'm very happy that people are buying it and enjoying it, but I don't know. Yeah, hopefully we see more games similar to this. Doesn't necessarily have to be a Metroid, but more Metroidvanias, maybe just more platformers on Switch, more I don't know, just good stuff like this. It'd be fun.
absolutely, absolutely. So Alex, let's talk about some movie trailers.
Yes,
Let's talk about Resident Evil. Now, I have watched this like 3 times. I know you just watched it. I
I did.
know anyone that knows Alex is not into horror movies. He's not into horror games. But what did you think of this trailer?
I thought it was very well done. It invoked the games and horror elements. Just it was very good and very like it was obviously live action, but like if you
Yeah,
replace those live action people with like the remake people or whatever, like I would think it's still like the game or whatever. Like it looks very like the game as much as you can.
I did notice that there was no Mia Jovovich, and I noticed that there was no Alice in some weird storylines. Though, is that going to be? Um,
Who knows at this
I
point?
mean, that was we were talking about it before, and I'm like, weird thing was is the guy that directed it and wrote it put his wife as the main character, and it didn't fit for it at all.
Yeah.
Um, I love this because there was several moments, like the scene with the zombie in the hallway of the first Resident Evil,
Mm-hmm.
that was in the trailer, and I was like, okay, so that's what we should have got all those years ago.
Yeah.
I'm excited for this one. I think um, the crazy thing is this is coming out very quickly, so it comes out in November.
Oh wow, yeah,
So
it is really soon. Is this what's this coming out on? Is it in theaters or
yeah, I want to say yes.
okay? Yeah, it's
Um,
Sony.
yeah, Sony's weird though. Like Sony maybe go, you know what? Let's put this out on some format. They don't really own a streaming format, but who knows? Like that new Halloween movie that comes out this week
Mm-hmm.
is going to be on Peacock same day.
Okay.
That's so random.
Yeah.
Uh, and
Huh.
here's the crazy thing: you're going to do a Halloween movie, which will be big at this time of year, and you're going to put it free on streaming. Why would you do that? I mean, I'm going to watch it because I
Maybe they're
get.
not confident in it because they think that people still aren't going to theaters, even though box office tells you otherwise. But I don't know. Maybe because it's Halloween again, and yeah, maybe they just think it's a bad movie,
I
so they're
mean,
like, maybe we shouldn't do this.
I mean, there's been so many Halloween films, and this is not in the universe of the Rob Zombie ones. So, but when I saw this trailer, I had no idea it was coming out this year.
Yeah.
I was kind of shocked. But another film we got to watch a trailer for was Home Sweet Home Alone, which is I don't even want to call this like it's not a reimagining. I feel like it's like a new Home Alone movie altogether. Um,
Yeah, I would agree. It's a new Home Alone film. I don't know, like a spin-off maybe. I guess that's what you could call it.
I
Um,
mean, I will say that the one thing I did like about this is the kid's name was not named Kevin. They
it's
were
true.
like his name's Max or whatever.
Yeah, Max
Uh,
Mercer.
and also, what had me all kinds of excited was in the trailer they had a police officer that showed up, and it was the guy that played Buzz in the movies, the original ones, and even on his name tag it said McAllister.
Yeah, it's awesome.
That was awesome. Yeah, this is gonna be like a Disney Plus, movie coming out next month.
Yeah,
Will you watch this one?
probably honestly, like so I still haven't watched Black Widow, but because it's now free on Disney Plus, I'm just kind of like, okay, sure. And I'm gonna have a lot of time in late November. Actually, no, I'm not gonna have a lot of time in late November. I'm gonna have a lot of time in December. So like I'll have time to kill and maybe watch these with my family. Like who knows? Like I know my older sister really likes or liked, I guess, regular Home Alone. So it's possible we could just jump into this without having to know much. Honestly, that's what a lot of these things seem to do. Like we talked about a few weeks ago, but like the Matrix, the newest Matrix movie that's
Yeah.
coming out, there are a lot of ties and like just homages to the very first film. I'm curious at all if they're going to how much they're going to reference the other two films, like even so, like it's possible that like similar to these, like you really just need to know the iconic film, and then that's it.
Yeah, I think the thing I liked the best about it is they got really good. Um, the bad people were very good.
Yeah,
I have young ones, and so a lot of times on Disney, they've already seen Home Alone 1 and 2. They say, "Dad, look, there's Home Alone 3. Can we watch it?" And I just dread because the minute you put that on, I'm like, "God, this is awful. This is
yeah,
it's not even good quality." And I hope that Disney Plus, which you know what, I will say this, I have complete faith that they'll do this justice. I mean, the trailer alone gave me kind of the the paint can in the face, or you know,
yeah. It did too. Yeah, for me as well.
when he's like, "Oh no, there's a ladder," and the guy's like, "I'm not that stupid," and he jumps on the trampoline, and the kid pulls the leg out, and he hits a tree.
Hmm.
Um, I will tell you this. I'm going to call it right now. I think that either Daniel Stern or Joe Pesci will be in the end of somewhere in there.
That'd be awesome. I don't. They have the money to do it. I just don't know if either of those two want to do it.
I would say you most likely would see Daniel
So
Stern.
I'm thinking,
Yeah, because Joe Pesci, he did the Irishman movie, but he is very much like, I do my 1 or 2 films, and that's it.
yeah.
And it's rare. You don't see him in anything.
Hmm.
So, the last film that we got a trailer for was Scream, and it's just called Scream, but it's a continuation of the other films.
Yeah, this would be the fifth
Uh,
one.
yeah, I mean, what did you think? I mean, did you watch this
I
trailer?
actually didn't watch this trailer, no. But I did add it because we were talking about it beforehand. I've only really seen, if I remember right, the first one, and I remember thinking like it's fine. Like I'm pretty sure I saw like a TV edited version, so but like still like what I saw I was like this is fine movie, whatever. So because I'm not really big into these types of films. But yeah, I'm curious how this is going to do because what the last one was like quite a few years ago, right? Like 2013 or something.
Yeah. Well, and watching this trailer, David Arquette, Courtney Cox, Nev Campbell, all those people are back that have survived. And I just okay, so I liked the first two Scream films. Once you got to like 3 and 4, you're like, "Are you serious right now?
Yeah,
Really?" Um,
2011 was Scream 4, so
okay.
it's been like almost 10,
Um,
10 years. So
but this one just seems more intense, more obviously the violence level back then compared to now, but it's crazy because first off, David Arquette looks like shit. I don't know if that's like on purpose or what. Um, but I think it looked really good. Um, I'm trying to see who else might be in it that was. I'm not seeing anybody else that was in the other ones,
hmm.
but they've got a pretty big cast of younger people as well. Jack Quaid's in it. I recognize him. Uh, and he was in The Boys.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
who
I'm
else
looking
is here?
here. I mean, Courtney Cox is in it from the previous ones.
Yeah, I mean, what this is gonna be is it's gonna be like who's. And here's the crazy thing: I was reading earlier, Alex, that the cast has no idea who it is behind the mask.
Huh.
So they're keeping it a complete secret until the movie's out. So they don't know who the killer is either.
Okay.
Um, which these are great films. I still remember the first one with like Matthew Lillard was fantastic
Yeah.
in that film, you know? Um, so I don't know. I will probably watch this one. It didn't say it was coming to theaters though. That's my only thing. So I'm wondering
It's Paramount
if this
Pictures, so
I don't know. I'm wondering if this is gonna be one of those ones that um comes out then. It's supposed to come out the first of the year on the 14th. So we'll see about that. So
yeah.
Alex, let's talk a little Smash Brothers.
Yeah.
Obviously, we had Sora announcement over the week. You called this a while ago, anyway. I'll give you credit for this one.
Ah,
You called
thanks.
it. Um,
Feel like a lot of people did as well, but
yeah, I
make
mean,
your dreams real.
what are your thoughts? Because my only thought is like, hey, this is cool, but there's no Goofy, there's no Donald, there's no that. But what are your thoughts? I haven't watched much of the gameplay, so
Okay. So, first of all, the the reveal trailer was very interesting because I don't know, did you watch the reveal trailer at all? Like where
I
they're
did.
they're all like amiibo again. Um and then Mario walks up and you see like the fire and you're like, "Oh, what's this? Is this Dark Souls? Like is he going to like sit by the campfire and do some Dark Souls things?" And then Mario grabs the fire, picks it up. You think it's just like a weird fire blade sword and throws it. And the first thing that you see is Mickey Mouse emblem, the keychain on the Kingdom Key.
Yep.
And then Sora comes out of a keyhole and he is floating upside down, or floating, I guess, on his back, similar to how he does in the opening, one of the openings, I guess, for Kingdom Hearts 2. He spoilers for Kingdom Hearts, but you're not gonna know what this means. He woke up people, like he essentially like turned all of the like amiibo back into like Smash characters, which I think is like his power awakening thing that he gets in Kingdom Hearts 3, or that he's been trying to get since Dream Drop Distance. And then like if you look at his costumes and stuff too, he's regular Sora, so he's Kingdom Hearts Sora, original Sora. But then he also has his Kingdom Hearts 2 outfit. He has Dream Drop Distance and 3. And wait a second. 1, 2, Dream Drop, 3. Yeah, so that's 4. And then the other costumes are Valor form, Wisdom form. Both of those are from Kingdom Hearts 2. The Ultimate form from Kingdom Hearts 3. And then the Steamboat Willie one, which I forget what they call it.
That was probably the coolest part of the trailer for me, by the way.
Yeah, especially because like it has like different facial animations and things like that too. So
And that also shows that they really did have to go through Square Enix and Disney, which they already have a good relationship with Square Enix,
mm,
but not. I mean, I feel like Nintendo has a good relationship with Disney, but this took a lot for them to be like, yeah. But if you notice, like, I'm looking at some of the sprites, um, they really had to work with them, I'm sure, to be like, this is what we want Sora to look like,
yeah, and
you
he
know?
also is Kingdom Hearts 1 Sora throughout the whole thing because like he gets older. He sleeps his puberty away in the at the end of the middle game Chain of Memories between 1 and 2. So like he wakes up older with his voice change and stuff. So like that's why his like clothes are small in the beginning of that one. But yeah, like he still looks like Kingdom Hearts 1 Sora, but he's wearing all these other like iconic outfits and things. Yeah, you were talking about earlier about like there's no Donald, no Goofy and stuff like that. I don't know if you've seen like the stage. So they did Hollow Bastion as a stage, which like
Yep.
looks really cool and makes sense. just because like that is like the place when you think of Kingdom Hearts 1. Um, and then if someone is low on like stock, I believe, or health, depending on what version you're playing, you go to the dive into the heart thing. So like it's the those stations of whatever, like stations of awakening, stuff like that, where it's just like the giant stained glass like window type stuff, and that becomes the platform instead. And there's stuff in the background, and for Sora's, it has Riku, Kairi, Palpu fruit, and the raft.
Oh,
Those,
Palpo fruits.
yeah, those two are not supposed to be there. It's supposed to be like Donald, Goofy, or Riku, Kairi, or something like that. And so, like, yeah, they're gone. I'm not surprised, and I've talked about this before. I don't know if I've done it on this podcast. I might have done it in the draft, honestly, but Kingdom Hearts is it's surpassed the need for certain things. Like it is iconic on its own right. It's really cool that it shows the Mickey Mouse emblem and things like that. But Sora on his own can survive just fine. Like his final smash is sealing the door to darkness from Kingdom Hearts 1. It's a little different. It's kind of like when he seals like a world instead, but it still is that door to darkness with the Smash Bros symbol on it.
Yeah, I was actually watching some of the like his move sets.
Very floaty.
I mean, yeah, and I feel like it's still like I just watched his final smash or whatever.
Yeah,
That's total Kingdom Hearts.
yeah.
I mean, it totally is. And I think that's pretty awesome. I, I don't know. It's funny because when you get something that you want, you always want a little bit more. And I wanted to see him do like one of those tri-powered ones from one with Goofy and Donald.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
Yeah, like the Trinity things. Yeah, that's what people
yeah,
thought that they were gonna do, like a Trinity um thing or whatever. Like that'd be really cool to do, but yeah, since you don't have them, uh, um, there are other speculations before this all came out. Like if they were gonna do Kingdom Hearts 3 Sora, he could do the Keyblade. Kingdom Hearts is weird. There's something called like the X blade, but it's like the symbol key. So they call it the Keyblade, but there are other Keyblades, but this is the Keyblade. It's like the most
yeah.
powerful broken thing in all of the universe. And he like summons that with Riku. So they thought like, oh, that was gonna be a thing. Like they put together and then do that final smash together. Because like he's not Disney. It'll be fine. But yeah, no, they're not even doing that since it's Kingdom Hearts 1 Sora, who's very basic. He is a, lack of a better term, anime swords fighter because he has a counter. He has a sword, which is a keyblade. And he's kind of like Bayonetta. So like he does a lot of like side B shenanigans. There was an interesting thing though that they talked about. There was that Smash ballot back when for like Smash Bros 3DS and Wii U. They said that Sora was actually the number one requested, but they never told us that. On
Really?
purpose.
I mean, I would figure it'd either be that or Master Chief.
Well, it was just for everywhere. It sounds like
yeah.
most requested everywhere. It was Sora, and because I think a while back they said, oh, it was Banjo, and something. But yeah, the reason why Sakurai said they didn't do it and didn't tell us was because it would be hard to talk to partners about it. They didn't want people, these crazy Smash Bros fans, to go to the developers and say, let Sakurai make Sora and Smash, let him do this, and just keep bombarding them with things, and they make it harder for them to work with developers and publishers and partners in the future. Because Smash Bros fans are really annoying. Like they are. I mean,
you heard it here at Get Out of Gaming podcast.
I mean, honestly, there's a lot of other crazy things that Smash Bros people have done. I think we've talked about on the podcast at one point.
Yep.
Sexual allegations and all this crazy stuff.
Yeah, there's a couple little things there.
Yeah, there's a bunch of those people for Smash. But yeah, so I'm not surprised that Sora was the most requested, and I'm also not surprised them hiding it from us because it probably just wasn't possible at that time. Um,
Right.
but yeah, seeing Kingdom Hearts 1 Sora, seeing how he plays, seeing how floaty he is, he has a counter, but like it's like his counter. I don't know. He's it's very respected. All of Kingdom Hearts is very respected, and you can tell that Nomura really likes Kingdom Hearts because he said that he's played them all. During this announcement as well, though, they did talk about, which I like to briefly mention, Kingdom Hearts is coming to Switch, but it's the cloud
Yep.
versions, and ew. So like yeah, that's something. I don't know. It's more of those cloud versions where like the whole point of a Nintendo Switch is to take it on the go and do all this other stuff, but if you're gonna be playing like an action RPG with cloud that like definitely requires really good internet, like I don't know, you're probably gonna have some sort of issues,
Yeah,
especially fighting like Sephiroth or something crazy like that.
yeah, I saw that and I was like, "Oh, this is really awesome." Oh, damn you, Nintendo and your cloud.
Like
Uh,
Kingdom Hearts 3, sure, like I could understand that, but they're just, it sounds like there were just weird development issues because it was a PS3 game and then moved to PS4 for these collections. And I know there was an interview a while back where Nomura basically said like, I don't think it will come to Switch right now just because of how it is, and they could probably get like the first 1.5 2.5 thing to run, but anything past that they probably can't get running, so like it
yeah.
makes sense to like do those cloud. But yeah, I don't know, so I'm not gonna buy them. I'm the person who buys Kingdom Hearts like a lot, so like um I am not gonna buy this one. I did buy uh oh yeah, I guess I did buy that. I bought Melody of Memory again, like the rhythm game by bought for Switch, because in this direct here, they said if you have a save file for Melody of Memory, you get a special song. You get the Dearly Beloved like swing song, like the jazzy
Oh,
version of it.
nice.
So like yeah, you just need a save file. So I found this at Target. It was $30. It was in the back, so I had to ask for it as well. Um, so like yeah, I like that game a lot, and it actually plays. It's very it's frame rate's awful on Switch, but like it's not laggy at all because it's on Switch. So like it's actually a lot better than playing on PS4 where like the buttons don't hit most of the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, Sora's coming out in on the 18th, so that's coming up pretty soon.
Well, it's funny you talk about that and a lot with Smash. You know, our topic today is Smash Bros. Future. Now, I don't know. This is like such a good topic that um, I don't know if someone wrote in for it or if it was just one you had. Um,
Something I just pulled right out of there, you know. I was
I
just
mean,
like, oh yeah, we have all this stuff. We're talking about Smash. Like, yeah, we should definitely talk about
yeah,
what you think's gonna happen now.
I remember when the first Smash commercial came out,
Same here.
and
So
where
happy
they're like,
together.
yes, and then someone trips somebody, and
Yep.
then it starts a big old fight. I was like, okay, I don't have this console, but that was awesome. Um, it was great, but I here's my concern. Like, where do you go from here? Like, what is your next move? Um, I could be wrong, but I was looking it up. Right now, there are 89 playable characters, and that's including everybody. Almost
Yeah.
100 characters. Where do you go? I mean, do you revamp the series? Do you like do a reboot? I mean, they're still using the first couple Smash Brothers in major tournaments. Um,
Yeah, like yeah, for sure. They're still using melee in a lot of things because melee is counted as the best because there's just a lot of things that you can exploit, but like it makes it fun, I guess. Like wave dashing and stuff like that, like canceling, just all this weird, crazy stuff. And yeah, people like those, like that game a lot in particular. So maybe we'll see that at some point on like the Nintendo Switch Online.
yeah, I mean, but the thing is it's such a fan classic. I mean, I would never imagine them trying to switch it up or do anything different. But where do you go? I mean, obviously, there's more characters you could bring in. Uh, but I mean, even with this one here, there was so many characters. Um, I mean, hell, they even got like Terry Bogart
Yep.
from like a completely different genre altogether with what this is. Uh, you had Terry, you had the
Ryu.
Minecraft guy, yeah, Ryu, Ken, and Ken was an actual playable character, not just like a side one, wasn't he? If I'm correct,
Yeah, yeah,
he
you
was
can
like an
play as him too.
actual,
Yeah.
yeah. I know before he was like a side character. I think the big one was to me was Castlevania
Hmm.
bringing bringing the Belmonts
Yeah,
together.
Simon and Victor.
Yeah, and then
Richter, that's his name.
it's so funny because when you do that, if you play on their level, you can fight Dracula as well.
Yeah.
Um, Blew my mind. I'm like, holy crap! And it's from Castlevania. It's
Yeah.
like moveset and everything. I mean, what are your thoughts? Where do you think you see them doing for the future? I mean, obviously, this was like their biggest game they've ever done.
So that's actually a very good question. I don't know. But what I speculate and what a lot of other people speculate as well, um, is we don't know how much all of these things cost and like all these extra characters and all this, like doing them as DLC, whatever. Um, but I don't think we'll see something like this ever again. There's just way too many characters in this game and way too many big time characters in this game. If anything, we might just see this game ported to the next system, just again and again. Like this will be the new Melee essentially.
Yeah,
But yeah, I really don't know what we could see. Like they might revamp certain things, but maybe keep it in like a smaller roster, but change it up. Like it could be a real fighting game. Because like it's a platforming fighter. Like I personally don't count those as fighting games. Like they're not. There's so many variables that I don't count them as
yeah,
fighting games. But like they can make it like a real 2D fighter. They could, I don't know, change it up just like how certain characters play. Like they could add Mario, but then make him completely different. Like I don't know. They could definitely revamp this game, but I also don't know if Sakurai is done because like he can finally rest because he hasn't stopped working since like the Wii U version because like he
yeah.
because they've been this game has been in development for a long time too. But as far as I can tell, like he's done with this for now, which is great. Now he can work on a new Kid Icarus game because he likes that, and he did the
That would
last
be
one, and the last one was really good. The one on 3DS, like that game has weirdly weird controls and stuff, but like that game was excellent. Like to see something like that on the Switch would be really cool.
it's funny when I got my Nintendo after we got, obviously through Super Mario for Christmas that year, I got Kid Icarus. God, what a pain in the ass that game was.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh. But yeah, I I don't know that I would ever see him go into more of a traditional fighter with these. I feel like I don't know. Who knows what the future holds of what the next consoles will look like and what we'll be able to do with them.
mm-hmm.
Um, so it's kind of hard to say. But I know Nintendo, and they know that most likely you're correct. This is what I picture in the next couple of years when we do get like a Switch Pro or whatever. If we get one, there will be a Smash Brothers Ultimate Collection that
Yep.
has
That's what I was
everything
just
on
about to
it.
say. Yep.
It will be like $60,
Yeah.
and you'll be buying it again. People will buy it again. I feel like Smash Brothers has such a loyal fan group, and I don't knock them for it. They'll buy it no matter how many of this they come out with. This was a Wii U game that came out on Wii U first. They've done some upgrades and they moved it to Switch and
Yeah.
they've added a whole bunch of characters. They'll put it on the next console. I mean, hell, if Grand Theft Auto 5 can do that,
Yeah.
I mean, then they could do this. But I definitely know that Smash Brother is in their wheel well of
Yeah.
one of their popular games that they're going to work on. They're going to do something with at some point.
It's so weird. So like we were talking about like Metroid earlier, but like how like that's not a system seller. But like the Switch just amazes me. I think it's just because of the lack of content in the beginning. But like Smash Bros was kind of a system seller, and like you just don't think about that. Like it shouldn't be, but it was, because I think it's
Yeah.
because like it's the I don't know. Like when I think of Smash Bros, I think of like I never owned Melee. We have a copy here at this house, but like it's not mine. I'll probably take it at some point. He'd be like, okay. But like I had like I was the one who had Smash Bros 64. I have a guide over there somewhere for Smash Bros 64, the one that like lies to you and says that Jigglypuff's down B does nothing, because they didn't know. People made the guides didn't know, but like yeah, I was the house that had Smash Bros on that. My friend, I have a lot of friends named Alex, which is really weird, but like one of my friends, Alex, yeah, he had Smash Bros for Melee. Um so like yeah, that's where I played that. I GameCube was also like the era of like where I was renting a lot of games or getting PS2 games instead. But yeah, I would rent that or I would just play it at someone else's house cuz like that was the party game. Like you didn't need it. Um
Yeah.
but then like Smash Bros Wii and Wii U, like I ended up getting it, but like I feel like I was the party at that point. But like now, like because it seems to just be like one person buys it for the group of friends, everyone hangs out at that person's house or whatever. But with Ultimate, because it is a really good portable way of playing like a game, a console game, I think that's why it sold just amazingly well. Same thing with
Yeah.
Metroid. Same thing with all these other things. Like it's just the power of portable console things that aren't like 3DS graphics.
I think the funny thing is I am really, for some odd reason, I'm very good at fighters, like any sort of fighting game.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I pick it up real quickly. Smash Bros has been that one where I'm like, I I don't really get it. My kids kick the crap out of me all the time, but like, um, I think it's like definitely one of those ones that was like shocked to hear that it was a system seller. You know,
Yeah,
and you just never know with Nintendo. They're like, we had no idea.
yeah,
They know Pokemon's going to push the systems. They know this. They know Mario will push the systems, but they probably weren't expecting this to blow up like it did. I will tell you, it's not the last we've heard of Smash Brothers. I feel like the next system you're going to see a port, maybe, or maybe we'll do a brand new one. Um, I don't think it changed very much, to be honest. I think it'll look better controls, maybe some changes, some new levels, but you're not going to see like a total revamp or a like let's start from scratch. Let's do it all from scratch because now they've done this ultimate.
mm-hmm.
They just can't turn around at this point. You can't turn around and do something else.
Again though,
Um,
like I don't know if Sakurai is done or not either with that game, so it's possible he's done with Smash Bros. Maybe like maybe this is his ultimate Smash Bros. Like he's done. Like that's his. He's not retiring from games, obviously, but like maybe he just wants to work
right.
on different things again.
And Nintendo will still do it.
Yeah,
You know, they'll still do it. There's in the industry. There's been so many games where some key person is left, and the game still gets done by somebody
like
else.
just look at Mario Odyssey. Like that, those were all like Miyamoto wasn't on that at all. Like I think he was creative. He had like some creative input or whatever, but he wasn't really a director. I believe it was
Right.
all Masuda or whatever. I forget, like the guy who's like in the directs. Um, but like, yeah, I believe it was him. Um, but like,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the future holds for Smash Bros. But I know that people are gonna buy it. Will they continue playing it though? I don't know.
I think so. I think so. I think going forward, people are always going to buy these. It's kind of like I'm trying to think of what it's like a lot of the Nintendo games. Like I think it's crazy. Like if you go to most people's houses that have Switches, do you know what they have? They They've got one Mario game at least. They've got a Zelda game, and they most likely do have Smash,
Yeah,
because that was a popular game.
it also depends on when they bought their Switch. Like, you're also gonna see certain things there. So like, if they got a Switch at launch or close to launch, they have Zelda because that was the only game. They probably have Mario Odyssey because that was like one of the only games. um, and then like
Yep.
certain things like that. But yeah, for sure. Like, there's definitely Smash is here to stay. For better for worse. So hopefully next one's great. Hopefully the fan base stops being creeps. Um, just let us have nice and safe tournaments, please. Uh,
Exactly. We definitely want that.
yeah,
Well, this is the last part of our show. We do like we talk about, you know, plugs,
there is no cool
whatnot.
corner this week. I'm sorry, I wrote it out of the script.
It's funny you put on here, you put on our little sheet here, Scott the Waz, um,
Yes. Um,
which I think that's exciting news about him, by the way.
yeah. So Scott the Waz, I feel like I've shouted him out before. He doesn't need our shout outs. No one listens. Like, like I don't know. Scott has a bunch of fans and stuff, so like us talking about Scott the Waz isn't going to do anything. But if you don't know who Scott the Waz is, he is a YouTuber. He basically does video game reviews and like retrospectives and a bunch of stuff like that. He is a typical video game YouTuber who you would see in like the JonTron era. People joke around like JonTron went on hiatus and so long that Reddit like switched them. So like the JonTron Reddit was for Scott, and the Scott Reddit was for JonTron, and just all this weird stuff. But like, yeah, he does like a lot of really good comedy, really big videos as well. But like, this isn't his job, so his videos don't really have like any ads. They don't have anything like that. It's just his friends and him like making videos and like
Yeah,
making home movies essentially. But a lot of them are really really good. And he was at the Too Many Games expo or convention or whatever that happened a week or so ago, and they announced that Scott the Woz is coming to television. Now, he couldn't say like what television network at this time. I don't know what that means because television makes me think of like TV. People were joking around, and there was a tweet that was going around a little bit, but it was just someone who just told a joke. People actually took it as the written word. They're saying like, oh, they recently took Family Guy off of Adult Swim because of Disney and all this stuff. This, like, the syndication rights have finally ended and they're not renewing whatever. So like people are like, oh, Scott the Woz is gonna go in the Family Guy slot. It's like, no, that's not what's gonna happen.
no,
But yeah, it's gonna be old episodes too. So like you'll still get all the new stuff on YouTube and things. It's just gonna be reruns on TV, what it sounds like. And
right?
maybe Disney XD. I don't know. Although Disney XD doesn't really exist anymore in a lot of other
No,
countries. So like,
I can see it on Disney. I can see it on Disney Plus because they did have a show on there that was supposed to be PewDiePie's show, and PewDiePie, in true PewDiePie fashion, said stupid shit. Which, come on, man! If you guys are making that much, give me half of what that man makes. You will never hear me say anything stupid at all. And he said a
on
bunch of
camera.
horrible things. Yeah, on camera. And they
You'll
were
still
like,
say stupid stuff.
I'll say stupid stuff, but not on camera.
Yeah, exactly.
But here's what's funny is like, then he was upset. He's like, dude, I lost my Disney contract.
Of course.
Yeah, he said stupid shit on camera. Uh, Disney doesn't mess around with that at
Mm-hmm.
all. So I could see they had another guy on there. He was not a big gamer. And so all the games he played were these weird, like nobody heard of them indie games, right?
Huh.
And it was on Disney XD.
Okay.
And my kids loved it, but I'm like, this guy's really weird. Made for like one, maybe two seasons, and then it was gone.
Huh. I
It's
don't
not even
even
on
know.
Disney Plus.
I don't know who you're talking about, to be honest. Like, I know that there was
I'm trying to think of his
someone.
name.
Was it Dan? I don't know. I know
I
someone
don't.
named Dan, but like I really don't know like what those kids are up to. What's hip nowadays. Like I really don't know.
Yeah.
Like I just watch. I'm 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 a almost 30 something late 20s loser who just sits at home, plays video games, watches video game content, and watches VTuber girls play video games. So like yeah, I have no life here. So like I don't know what the kids are doing.
Well, I do have kids, and they are watching. Like my oldest one watches people play Call of Duty. That's what he watches. My younger one watches quite a few different ones. A couple of them are recognized. But they're always playing different types of games. But I will tell you, Scott the Woz I watch. I
Yeah,
think his content is great.
it's so
Um,
funny.
it is, and he talks a lot about old school games,
Yeah.
which I'm into. But I also want to do a plug, and we were talking about this earlier because G4 is officially coming 11/16. Um, yeah, I'm looking at the IGN. uh, they did an article about it.
Yeah.
So here's what's weird is they're going to be delivered. They're going to do this, but I think it's going to be Twitch is what we were wondering
Yeah.
before because it says, uh, well, not only the channel lineup. Wow, I guess they are going to do it, but they're going to do like either Verizon, Cox, and Infinity. But they're also going to be doing stuff on Twitch. They have a multi-year contract there. They're going to be doing stuff on YouTube. Same stuff they were doing before Attack of the Show, X Play. They're going to do like a boosted, which is like an esports show, Ninja Warrior, which they did before.
Oh boy.
ESL Gaming, so
Okay.
some esports, and then they're going to do Dungeons and Dragons limited series, which I watched one of them and it was hilarious because they had like Jack Black, Tiffany Haddish, which by the way, Tiffany Haddish has never played D&D. Then they kept telling her like you can't swear so much, and she's like, "Why the fuck not?" And they're just like, but that was an I don't even play D&D, and so I didn't know what was going on, but it was funny
Yeah, I
because
mean
you
that's
have
kind of
all
like
these
what
people.
people like I don't watch them, but like Critical Role, I know a lot of people like that and like where that's just like voice actors really getting into D&D, whereas this sounds what you're talking about more of just like here are all these famous people, watch them be crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like they are going to come to a TV channel. I don't know how that's going to work. Me personally, I have Xfinity now. I haven't had like literally cable in like 3 years.
I haven't had cable since like 2016.
I mean, if they have that streaming service where you can pick and choose, I would pay for that. But I mean, I don't know. I'm just excited for G4. I remember when G4 was here,
Yeah.
they had the best E3 coverage of anybody.
Yeah. I used to watch them and I
Anybody.
used to watch game trailers.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, game trailers with the old Screw Attack crew,
Yep.
which is funny when you're talking about like your age group. I'm at the age where people like Stuttering Craig. I watched at the very beginning on like early YouTube and like their videos and stuff. And he's like, I'm retiring from gaming. And I'm like, holy crap, you're
Yeah.
that old?
Yeah, I didn't watch him at the beginning, but I definitely have seen him because I remember Screw Attack. I remember all of that, watching all that back when.
Also, Adam Sessler and Kevin Pereira, man, they're looking old like myself. But they don't need the shout out. I will tell you that their numbers on YouTube are not as good as Scott the Woz.
Yeah,
Um, makes me worried that about this, but I will support them. So watch them on YouTube
for
and
sure.
stuff. But always, what we talk about on our show is this will post every Wednesday. All of our stuff does for podcasts where you get your podcast from,
Mm-hmm.
but also on Friday it posts the video
Should
version
post,
on
unless
should
I
post
unless I forget.
should it happens. But we are trying to get to 100 subscribers on YouTube, so we don't have a weird URL.
Yep.
So help us out there. Help us out by either streaming or listening to our podcast on your streaming or podcast servers. But other than that, do you have anything else, Alex, or
Man, I don't really have anything else to say really except get at it.
get at it?